Hello, everyone. If this is working, then it should be live. Hello? Okay, yeah, I see 33 people watching. Okay. Hello and welcome to the spiritual successor of the Systems Training 2 Electric Boogaloo, the Learning Agreement Seminar edition. So, could someone please try to write a comment into the comments so that I know that it works? Just like a key smash or something? Yeah, thank you. Okay. So, most of you are probably going to be dealing with learning agreement changes soon, or you are already dealing with them. That's why this seminar is taking place now. And I just realized that my face is up here in the text. Huh. Well, I can tell you what the text is supposed to be. It's fine. And you will also get this presentation in an email today. But here are some of the basic steps that you should have done by now. The first one is before the mobility learning agreement. You have to have that. It's one of the steps that you have to take to be accepted. So you had to do that. There's maybe some of you that have had some issues with it and we still haven't approved your original learning agreement. In that case, please fix everything that needed to be fixed as soon as possible and send it back to us. You probably need your acceptance letter. So, just do that. Another step is get enrolled into all of your courses. You should probably already be registered and enrolled or applying for permission to attend your courses. If you haven't done that at this point right now, definitely enrollment is open for all faculties. So you should be enrolling into your courses and asking for permission to attend if the enrollment is not automatical. Then, if you need to change your courses, the option is that you have 2 courses at the same time. You do not get accepted into a course or something, you can choose a different course, you can still enroll, and you can also unenroll from the course that you don't want. And you have the first 2 weeks of the semester to still keep making these changes, and that's fine. And after you have these 2 weeks, you have another additional 2 weeks to make changes to your learning agreement, because the idea is that when you leave our university, you have a transcript of records, right? With all of the courses that you took and all of the grades that you got from these courses. And the courses that you have on this transcript should correspond with the courses that you have in the learning agreement. So that's why you need to make changes to make sure that the learning agreement is the same as the transcript of records. Then, starting next week, you attend your courses. At the end of the semester, you register for your exams. You pass all of your exams, right? Because you're really smart and you study really hard and you're going to pass them. Then you fill out the checkout tab in your online application. Same thing as you now did with the check-in. Exact same concept. When you leave, you fill that out, and then you get your transcript of records and your confirmation of study period, which is basically the same document as you're submitting now, but for when you leave. Just in case you need a little refresher about enrolling, you need to enroll yourself into your courses. Just because you have them in the learning agreement doesn't mean that you will automatically be registered and enrolled for your courses. Most of you, I am sure, are at least glancing briefly at the emails that you keep getting, and you've realized that you need to register for your courses. If you're suddenly having a light bulb moment and realizing that you should have registered for courses because you haven't done anything, unless you're general medicine, you should be doing that right now. Just go on and register. We have a tutorial for how to do that. you need to also be enrolled in order to attend. If you are not enrolled automatically, once again, you can apply for permission. If the professor is taking too long and you don't know what's going on with the decision, you can also send the professor a personal email, but do not spam them too much and be polite in these emails, please. If the course has seminar groups, you also need to enroll for your specific seminar group. They will not be just assigned to you. The how to do that is in the second video, how to enroll into courses. If you wait until like 4 minutes in, there's also the how to enroll into seminar groups. And again, you'll be getting this presentation, so you will have these links, but I have already shared them with you prior. So it's in one of those info emails that you've gotten. So the most common problems with enrollment. Problem number 1, the course is offered to a different study field. Problem number 2, you do not meet the prerequisites. Problem number 3, the course is full and you can't fit in anymore. All of these have the exact same solution, and that is to ask for permission. And you just do that in the same place where you register for courses, just by clicking the words, apply for permission. What opens is a little text box that you can fill out with, short but polite explanation of why you want to take the course and why you need to take the course, a little thank you note for the professor, and then you send it. Honestly, if the course is offered to other fields and if you do not meet the prerequisites, unless the prerequisite is like a very specific knowledge that you need to have, you're usually given the permission. If the course is really full, like it has the capacity of like 40 people and 100 are already trying to sign up, it might be a little harder to get in. You'll have to write a really, really polite and really gripping application for permission to sway the professor to let you attend. So back to the learning agreement. You decide what courses you want, you make the changes in the IS system, you enroll into new courses, you can always discuss new courses with your department coordinator, and you can delete the courses that you realize that you don't want or you can't take. If you're applying for permission, you wait or contact the teacher or the contact person. You can find out everybody's contact information if you just open the hyperlink that is the code of the course in the IS system. There's like a description and a list of names, and all of the names are hyperlinked. So whenever you're trying to find anybody's email address, if they work for the university, they usually also have a phone number, their office, and sometimes even their office hours. You can all find that all in the IS system if you just click their name, or just look up their name in there, and that's it. And when you finally know which courses you're taking, we have, those 2 weeks, first 2 weeks of the semester starting next week. Then you can make changes to the learning agreement. And those are during the mobility learning agreements. The deadline, once again, for making changes in the IS is the 2nd of March. And then you have the 2 extra weeks for making changes in the learning agreement. So we have 4 weeks in total to do all of that. So, you have plenty of time. No need to stress. If you don't understand anything, you have time to ask. So that's why it's ideal to, start working on it early enough so that if something goes wrong or you have some sort of special question, you have time to do that. We have 2 types of learning agreements. Most of you probably already have the online learning agreement, which is filled out through some sort of online platform, like Dashboard, or which one was the other one? Can't remember. Dashboard. Mobility Online, that's the other one. And then we also have the paper learning agreement changes, the PDF documents. We usually use them if the online learning agreement doesn't work, or if your university just doesn't have the online learning agreement yet. The online learning agreement is easier. It's easier for us to work with. It should also be easier for you to work with. You just open the platform that your university uses. if you don't know how to do that, or if you don't know how to open the specific like changes learning agreement, ask your home university to help you with that, because they should know how their platform operates, because we have our own platform also. So I assume your home university also uses something else. And you just mark the courses that are now different to the original learning agreement. And then you tick whether you have added the course to the original agreement or if you've deleted it from it. So you don't make like a new one, you just mark what the changes are. That's why it's called changes to the learning agreement. There's also space for you to know the reason why you're changing it. Usually there's also like pre-given options, like the course didn't open, or it was full, or you cannot attend or something. And then you submit it, and then you wait for us to approve it. It gets sent to me, then I send it to your department coordinator, and then it gets sent to your home university. And that's, you really just have to click some buttons, write a couple things, and you're done. Fairly easy. Yeah. And now the slightly more difficult, because you have to write a little more things, are the like PDF paper changes. Sometimes also called during the mobility. And ideally, you use the form of your home university and don't make a new learning agreement. I tried to figure out a metaphor, and I'm not sure it's going to work, but okay. There's a saying that says, you've made your bed, now lie in it. Your original learning agreement is the bed. You've made it. You've hammered the planks together, and you've made the frame, and you got the mattress and everything. And now you realize, it's not exactly as comfortable as I hoped it would be. So you change the mattress, you change the bed sheets, you throw in a couple throw pillows, you take out some of the springs, but the bed frame is still the same. And that's what the original learning agreement is. And so, if you're then like trying to sell it, you have to let people know that it's the same bed frame, but these are all the things that I've taken away from it, and these are all the things that I've added to it. I don't know exactly if it makes as much sense as I hoped it would, but that the original learning agreement stays, the bed frame is bolted to the floor and you can't move it, you can't change it, but you can change everything around, but you have to know what you've added to it and what you've taken from it, right? So that's how that works. And when you look at the little picture there, the first table is the table A2. That's the change table, because the original table is usually table A or A1. This change table can be A2 or also sometimes C, depends on what your university uses. As you can see, there you have the course code column, the name of the course, and then you have these little two columns where you tick whether you've either deleted or added the course, and then you have reason for the change and number of credits. Underneath is the second table, where you write down what courses will our courses be recognized as at your home university. So that's something that you already did for the original learning agreement. So you know what this is. You've been to this rodeo before. The important thing about this, we need to have at least two parts of this, and one of them is this table with all the information that we're asking you to fill out and supply, and then the other one is the tiny little table at the bottom of the picture for signatures, and it needs to have place for your signature, for the signature of our coordinator, and your home university coordinator. And if it doesn't have that, it'll be very hard to confirm, and we'll probably send it back to you, and you will have to add a table anyway, because that's how that works. It's bureaucracy for you. We need those signatures. They're very, very important. Once again, don't change the original learning agreement. Sometimes it's called before the mobility. The changes are just like they tag along to the original, usually like as a second page. You just add another page to the document. You can fill it on a computer, sign, the page that you need to sign, and then scan it. Theoretically, ideally, you don't need to print out the whole document. You just need to print out the one page that you're signing, scan it back, and then use like a PDF editor to Frankenstein both of these documents together. So you save the trees and save your money because printing usually costs by the page. So that's just a little tip for you. And this entire slide I have already described to you. But in case you're just looking at the presentation later, this is the description of that. So you see a little example. The original is the table A and the table B, right? The courses that you planned to take here and what your home university would recognize them as. And then the second two tables, table A2, you realized you didn't want. You wanted to add football and you wanted to get rid of practical English. So there's a little cross in the section deleted for the practical English and another cross in the added section for the football. And now when we look at the original table, we see, okay, this person had these courses, but then we look back, okay, so they deleted this one and added the other one. Might be thinking, why not just make a new table? But we need to know how the process worked. So that's why you can't just make a new one. So you make the changes, you sign them, you send it to me. I send it to someone else, your department coordinator, right? You have their name on your orientation week ticket, you have their name in your online application. They check that everything's fine, that you can be taking these courses, that you are signed up in them and everything, and they send it back to me. I send it to your home university. Your home university signs and approves everything. And the important final bit is that they send it back to me because we need to have the final document. Because once again, administration and bureaucracy are wonderful things, and we just need to have all of the paperwork. We just love paper. We love paperwork so much. I'll probably be buried in paper when I die. Exams and credits, a little refresher, because it's also very important for you to know now, especially when you might be thinking about changing your courses and everything. The one thing to keep in mind is you still need to have at least 20 credits. If your home university requires you to have like 30, you need to have 30. In this instance, size matters, and the bigger the number, the more important it is. So if we have 20 and that's more than your university's, then 20 it is. If your home university has more than 20, that's more, so more is better. The more, the better. So, you need to have more. Ideally, you have more than 20 anyway, because then you have the luxury to fail something and still have 20 and conclude successfully. Because if you have exactly 20 credits and you fail one of your courses, you will be leaving with less than 20. So, that's not what you want. And for each exam, you will have 3 attempts. Again, each of the professors will tell you there are 3 dates where the exam from my course is taking place. So it would be like the 1st, the 15th, and the 31st, right? So, and if you fail, you can go to a resit, but the resits are also like only on those 3 dates. So if you do not go to the first attempt, you're robbing yourself of one chance to resit. Because you go to the first exam date and you fail, you can go to the second one and fail again, and then you can go to the third one and pass, ideally. If you are too busy on the first one, that can happen, that's fine, you still have 2 attempts, but you only have 2. Are resets free? Yeah, you don't have to pay to retake an exam, that's fine. But you have to go, you have to study. And this is what your grade will look like if you do resits, because we also take note of how many times you do the exam. So if you fail twice and then get a B at the end, your grade would look like FFB. The Fs are not taken into your grade average only the B is the grade that you finally got, is the final grade, so that's fine. But the full grade will be looking like this. Also, I want to say something else. I guess it wasn't that important, or I will let you know in an email. Types of evaluation. We have 3 types of exams. The first one is the exam, which has those regular A, B, C, D, E grades. And then the second 2 ones are pass-fail courses. So it's a colloquium and a credit course. Colloquium, you can either pass or not pass, so you get the grades P or N. And the credit course, you get the Z for zápočet, which means credit, or N for non-credit, to make it easier to remember. Ideally, already maybe try asking your home university if they accept pass-fail credits. At your transcript of records, on the second page, there'll be an explanation of our grading system and the recommendation at the bottom that we recommend that the pass credits or grades are converted to an A because it is the best possible grade that you could get in this kind of course. But, some universities may take an issue with this. So it might also be a reason for you to now change your courses and just take courses with the exam if you know that they will not accept pass-fail grades. Because we cannot change the grades that you get. If you are in a pass-fail course and you pass and you want me to change the grade in the system to have a different grade in your transcript, I can't do that. The system only allows those grades that correspond with the type of exam. So if it's a pass-fail exam, I cannot give a letter grade in there. And because none of our grades are numbers, it would not let us save a number into the system. So you physically cannot have a number grade. There's also like an after mobility document, which is kind of a transcript of records. But you will get a transcript of records from us, so I will not be signing it. And that's the thing that I wanted to say. If I don't like my grade, can I improve it? Yeah. It's also possible to take a resit if you get a grade that you don't like and you want to do better on the next exam. In that case, you contact the teacher or me, and you will be assigned to the next reset date. However, if you want to get a better grade and then you do the reset and the grade is worse, the last grade is the one that counts. So if you get a C and you think it was easy, I think I can get an A for the next one, and then you don't study as much because you think you got it, and then you get a D for the next one, the D is the grade that you will get because it's the final one. Another reason why to go to all of the exam dates, to start with the first one, because in this case, you would still have the third one to go to, possibly to try at least getting that C again. Okay. And if you have any questions, you can for now type them into the comments, or in 6 minutes, we will start the Q&A session in Microsoft Teams. I'm already there, but you can log in if you want to. Okay. The changing the form for changing your learning agreement. If you submitted, yep, sorry, somehow turned on reverb. Yeah, the form, either your home university has one, and if you check, maybe it has multiple pages, and the page for changing it is already there, or they can supply one for you. Uh, Worst case scenario, they can't find it, you can't find it. We also have one, and then you send me an email and I can send it to you. But usually, if you were using a PDF before, they will have a PDF for this also. Yeah, I will be sending the presentation in the summary email today, so you will have it. There's links in there, so you'll be sent the presentation. You're enrolled in a course, but the syllabus says that it's not available for exchange students. Ask the professor if it's fine that you're there, just to make sure that it's in English and everything, because there's also a chance that the course is in Czech, and then you would not be able to attend unless you speak Czech. But even then, might be a good idea to ask if it's fine that you're there. First year diploma students, do we get help adding optional courses? Like for medicine? Because I know general medicine is the only place where you get registered for courses by someone else. Everyone else has to do it on their own. So I hope I answered that. If it's something else, you can ask me again, or ask someone who you think you can help you with this. Okay, glad I could help. Okay, it's been half an hour, so I'll now go jump into the Teams meeting to, answer more questions if you have any more questions. Thank you for attending.